Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about natural vegetation and wildlife. So let's begin. Salima was excited about the summer camp she was attending. She had gone to visit Manali in Himachal Pradesh along with her classmates. She recalled how surprised she was to see the changes in the landform and natural vegetation as the bus climbed higher and higher. The deep jungles of the foothills comprising sal and teak slowly disappeared. She could see tall trees with thin pointed leaves and cone-shaped canopies on the mountain slopes. She learned that these were coniferous trees. She noticed blooms of bright flowers on tall trees. These were the rhododendrons. From Manali, as she was traveling up to Rotang Pass, she saw that the land was covered with short grass and snow in some places. From Salima's observation, we surmise that there is a close relationship between height of land and the character of vegetation. With the change of height, the climate changes and changes natural vegetation. The growth of vegetation depends on temperature and moisture. So the growth of this natural vegetation depends on the temperature and moisture. It also depends on factors like slopes and thickness of soil. It also depends on factors like slopes and thickness. The type of thickness of natural vegetation varies from place to place because of the variation in these factors. Natural vegetation is generally classified into three broad categories. First is forest, which grow where temperature and rainfall are plentiful, and it depends upon the factor it depends upon this factor that there are dense and open forest. Now there is grassland. Grasslands are grown in the region of moderate rain, and shrubs or thorny shrubs are grown in the dry regions. Salima was sharing her experience of Himalayan trip with her father. Her father visited various places in the world. She told Salima about his observations of the variety of vegetation in different parts of different continents. He mentioned about coniferous tree forests in the subpolar region, thorny bushes in the desert, thick tropical hardwood forest in the humid regions, and many more. Salima realized the Himalayas have almost all variety of vegetation which one can see while moving from the equator to the polar region. The changes in the type of natural vegetation occur mainly because of the changes of climatic condition. So first we will talk about forest. Tropical evergreen forest. These forests are also called tropical rainforest. These thick forests occur in the regions near the equator and close to the tropics. These regions are hot and receive heavy rainfall throughout the year. As there is no particular dry season, the trees do not shed their leaves altogether. This is the reason they are called evergreen. So, if your teacher asks that why tropical evergreen forests are known evergreen, then this will be your answers. The thick canopies of the closely spaced trees do not allow the sunlight to penetrate inside the forest even in the daytime. Hardwood trees like rosewood, ebony, mahogany are common here. Tropical evergreen forest in Brazil is so enormous that it is like the lungs of the earth. Can you tell why? The tropical evergreen forest in Brazil is so enormous that it is like the lungs of the earth. Can you tell why? Here is the answer. I have prepared the answer for you all. Hmm. Our lungs take in air and absorb oxygen from it. It sends out carbon dioxide out. Trees leave trap light energy from the sun, which is then used to combine with carbon dioxide and water into sugars in the process of photosynthesis. First also consume carbon dioxide and release oxygen. This creates a balance. nature, a lot of carbon dioxide produced automobiles, burning of wood and factories. This carbon dioxide is absorbed by trees. They send out oxygen as a byproduct. The trees act as engines producing oxygen in the air. Thick forests of Amazon create large amount of oxygen. In fact, it is a reverse lung. Okay. Anaconda, one of the world's largest snakes, is found in the tropical rainforest. It can kill and eat large animals such as a crocodile. Now we'll talk about tropical deciduous forest. Tropical deciduous are the monsoon forest found in the large part of India, northern Australia and in Central America. These regions experience seasonal changes. Trees shed their leaves in the dry season to conserve water. The hardwood trees found in this forest are sal, teak, neem and shisham. Hardwood trees are extremely useful for making furniture, transport, and construction materials. Tigers, lions, elephants, langurs, monkeys are the common animals of these regions. So here is the important sentence that it is found in a large part. Okay. Temperate evergreen forest. The temperate evergreen forests are located in the mid-latitudinal coastal region. They are commonly found along the eastern margin of the continent, for example, in Southeast Asia, Southeast USA, South China, and in Southeast Brazil. They comprise both hard and softwood trees like oak, pine, eucalyptus, etc. Now we will talk about temperate deciduous forest. As we go towards higher latitudes, there are more temperate deciduous forests. These are found in the northeastern part of USA, China, New Zealand, Chile, and also found in the coastal regions of Western Europe. They shade their lives in the dry season. The common trees are oak, ash, beech, etc. Deer, foxes, wolves are the animals commonly found here, and the birds are the pheasants and monals. Mediterranean vegetation. You have learned that most of the east and northeast margins of the continents are covered by temperate evergreen and deciduous trees. The west and southwest margins of the continents are different. They have Mediterranean vegetation. It is mostly found in the areas found in the Mediterranean Sea in Europe, Africa, and Asia, hence the name. This kind of vegetation is also found outside the actual Mediterranean region in California, in the USA, Southwest Africa, Southwestern South America, and Southwest Australia. So, where are these trees? Where are these forests are found? This vegetation is found in the west and southwest of the margins of the continents. May then continuing. These regions are marked for hot, dry summers and mild, rainy winters. Citrus fruits such as oranges, figs, olives, and grapes are commonly cultivated here because people have removed the natural vegetation in order to cultivate what they want to. There isn't much wildlife here. Do you know Mediterranean trees adapt themselves to dry summers with the help of their thick barks and vest-coated leaves, which help them reduce transpiration? Mediterranean regions are known as orchards for the world of the fruit cultivation. Okay. Coniferous trees. Coniferous forest in the higher latitudes 50 degree to 70 degree of northern hemisphere, the spectacular coniferous trees are found. These are also known as taiga. So, yeah. So the coniferous forests are known as taiga. These forests are seen in higher altitudes. These are the trees which Salima found in the Himalayas in abundance. They are tall, softwood evergreen trees. The woods of these trees are very useful for making pulp, which is used for manufacturing paper and newsprint. Matchboxes and packing boxes are also made from softwood. Cherry pine cedar are the important variety of trees in this forest. Silver fox, mink, polar bear are the common animals found here. So what is the meaning of taiga? Taiga means pure or untouched in the Russian language. Now we'll know about grasslands. Tropical grasslands. These occur on the either side of the equator and extend till the tropics. This vegetation grow in the areas of moderate to low amount of rainfall. The grass can grow very tall, about 3 to 4 meters in height. Savanna grasslands of Africa are of this type: elephants, zebras, giraffes. Deer leopards are common in tropical grasslands. Now temperate grasslands. Temperate grasslands are found in the mid-latitudinal zones and in the interior part of the continent. Usually grass is short and nutritious. Buffaloes, wild buffaloes, bisons, antelopes are common in the temperate region. Now we'll talk about thorny bushes. They are found in the dry deserts like region. Tropical deserts are located on the western margins of the continents. The vegetation cover is scarce here because of scanty rain and scorching heat. If you reach the polar region, you will find the place extremely cold. The growth of natural vegetation is limited here. Only mosses, lichens, and very short, small shrubs are found here. It grows during the short summer. This is called the tundra type of region. Tundra type of region are the polar regions. The polar regions. This vegetation is found in the polar areas such as Europe, Asia, and North America. The animals have thick fur and thick skin to protect themselves from the cold climatic conditions. Seal, walruses, musk oxen, Arctic owl, polar bear, and snow foxes are some of the animals found here. Salima's father showed her some photographs of thick forest. In some of the photographs, Salima observed that people were cutting trees and clearing the forest. Her father explained that the local people wanted their land for agriculture and settlement, so they cleared up the forest. Salima started wondering, if all forests are cleared, then where the wildlife go? Will the forest take its original shape again? If people go on cutting the trees like this, will there be enough oxygen, water vapor, timber, fruits, nuts available in future? Grasslands are known by different names in different regions. The tropical grasslands are known in Africa as savanna. In Brazil, they are known as campos, and in Venezuela, they are known as llanos. And the temperate grasslands in Argentina are known as pampas. In North America, it's known as prairie. In South America, it's known as veld, and in coastal Asia, it's known as steppe, and in Australia, it's known as down. Do you agree with Salima? Hold a discussion with blah blah blah. So with this we came to the last slide, last part. So thank you. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to comment in the comment section below. Bye bye. Stay home and stay safe.